Hey, back again. Opinionated Faxx. Got a boy over right now, Mr. Soul Toast, and myself, Hollywood. So right now, we're going in on the NBA playoffs right now. So the first round is almost complete for a lot of these teams. We did have our first sweep, and that was with the Bucks sweeping the Heat. You know what I mean?
Rooms out.
Brooms are out. I'm a little disappointed because I had the Heat actually giving them a tough matchup. You know what I mean? Because they got the players, they got the squad. But nope.
Nah.
Sweep. A clean
Bucks sneaking in, man. I think they in the spot that they want. No attention on them. They're just gonna sneak
sweep.
in and do what they do.
That's it. You know what I mean? And the Heat had one of the most complete squads to match up with the Bucks. Now, I'm not saying their path is going to be easy because it's not, but they had one of the most complete squads to actually match up with the Bucks. We know with Bam and Jimmy, and then they had
Right.
some good defenders on there that can actually defend everybody else, like Chris Middleton. But it showed us that they weren't there. Maybe
Nah.
it's Tyler Hero effect. We don't know. Um, so we also had the Portland Trailblazers. They tied the series up 2-2 with the Denver Nuggets. So that's all a very intriguing matchup going on right now. The Clippers finally won the game, stole a game from the Mavericks. So the series is 2-1, if I'm not mistaken. So they got that going on. The Nets lost their last game against Boston, with Jason Tatum scoring 50. You know, but KD and Harden both combined for almost 80 points, if not 80 points. And the weakest link there, I think I told you this before, was Kyrie. Kyrie didn't come on until late. You know what I mean? So looking at this right now, we have a couple of intriguing matchups. Are there any surprises to you in this first round at all? Period. What you got?
Surprises? No, not really. I thought the Bucks would steamroll. Oh, I guess I thought Miami would at least win a game.
Mm-hmm.
But I think the Bucks with the third seed, that's just where they needed to be to sneak in. All the attention wasn't on them.
Yeah.
I was surprised how good the Knicks and Hawks games have been.
Oh, yeah.
I don't know. After the third seed, I didn't give much hope in the East because for the back half of the season, it was ugly. But they pulled away and they got in the playoffs. And the Knicks just being in the playoffs is a good thing.
Yeah.
And with Trae Young, yapping his mouth, I like that.
Right.
We don't see that enough in the league, so I enjoy that. The Nets, I thought they were going to sweep Boston, to be honest, but because as a Hornets fan, Kemba, especially not 100% Kemba Walker he's going to toss up a lot of shots, and if the focus isn't on him, he's not going to produce enough for you to consistently win. I like them all on the Hornets, but I don't have any faith in them. I thought Beal and Westbrook could combine enough to win one game. They might get swept, but I'm not surprised if they get swept because it's the Sixers and Washington. They're like 4 or 5 games under 500. So I'm not surprised there. In the West, I really want the Lakers to lose, but CP 3 to 6 weeks showed up. He got injured and he's not the same, and that's his whole legacy is he's going to ball out when the playoffs come around. He's going to get hurt, and then this is going to happen. Trailblazers and Nuggets is a good series. I'm surprised at that. I think it'll be different if Jamal Murray was there.
Of course.
But that's a good series. But not really in surprise. I guess the Grizzlies winning the first game, but Mitchell wasn't there.
True.
I think they're going to win out the rest of the way. And I'm not sure what the other game. And the Clippers. Man, I hope they get gentlemen swept. I'm not for tanking to avoid the Lakers and then low management. I know Kawhi don't care about my opinion, but lost my favorite. He was my favorite player in the league for a while, but he think he LeBron where he could just go to the team and put stuff together. LeBron do way more than that, and he don't take days off. So surprises wise, I guess the Lakers losing game 1. Actually, no, that's not a surprise. AD be doing that. So no, not really in surprises.
You know what? The biggest surprise is how the Clippers went down 2 games. Well, 2 games. They went down 2 games to the Mavericks. And they finally woke up this last game. You know what I mean? That was one of the surprises for me. Another surprise is, I I gotta give it to the Grizzlies. Like, yeah, Donovan Mitchell came back and they won game 2. The Grizzlies fucked them up game 1. You know what I
Yeah.
mean? Like the Jazz still had Jordan Clarkson, who is the 6th man of the year. You know what I mean? They still had those players there. Like, yes, you did not have Donovan Mitchell, but you had Rudy Gobert also on the team. And John Morant balled out that last game.
Balling.
They
I'm surprised at
lost.
him.
They lost, but he had like 42, I think. He was balling. He was showing, that the Grizzlies aren't going anywhere. Like, they're not gonna get knocked out easy. Like, you're gonna play, you're gonna earn these wins.
Right.
So that's the game you cannot sleep on. I'm not saying John Morant is gonna be that player that's just gonna take over the series. He hasn't shown that yet. He hasn't shown that he's gonna be a dog throughout a whole entire playoff series or throughout a whole entire game on a consistent basis. So I think they have a good enough team defensively, team defense to actually make a run and actually give the Jazz a run for their money. I, for one, hope they do knock out the Jazz. That would be the biggest shock.
Okay.
That would be the biggest shock in the playoffs. But other than that, the most intriguing game series to watch, the Knicks versus Hawks, man. I like how you said it too. You like how Trae Young's doing all that talking.
Yeah.
This series is taking me back to old school NBA, man. It really is. It's taking me back. Trae Young doing all his talking. He said, I see you in the A. The Knicks doing their talking. I love it. And I know you. You are a fucking advocate for chaos, brother.
I love the chaos.
I know you, man. And that shit is so legit, dog. Like, I love it. Here's one thing I want to actually talk about too. Like, I love the energy, the atmosphere, but these fans are getting out of fucking hand.
Yeah.
These fans
they've always been out of hand.
Yeah. You know what I mean? The Knicks fans, and then you have the Philly fans, you know what I mean?
Right.
Do you think these fans can calm down, or do you like the energy that's coming out of the game?
Look, they pay to be there and they can yell and all that. I'm fine with that. But throwing stuff on players, spitting on players, touching them, racial slurs. It's been in the game for a while. I'm glad the NBA is starting to crack down on it. Because it's been going on for a while, especially with Westbrook. He kind of people know it irritates them, so they go more towards him when they get, he gets close to the sideline and all that.
Yeah.
But he's not afraid to point out, look, you're out of line. And look, I know you don't really like him, but look, you can't just be throwing stuff on players and all that. Like, it's just straight disrespectful. And I'm glad the league's finally doing stuff. And it's not even the league. It's the Madison Square Garden and the stadiums, they're banning. Like, look, you can't come back ever. Like lifetime bans. And I'm glad, because it's no need for that. You can be that and not go across that line. Players can cross that line with players, between each other, because KG did it all the time. KG would say some awful stuff on the court, but off the court, it's different. So I'm glad the fans are, getting told, no, this isn't cool anymore. So I just hope it continues, but some place you ain't gonna be able to change it. Like
it's like these fans must forget Malice at the Palace. You know what I mean? So, some of these players don't give a damn. They would get up there and fight with you. Russell was ready to go up there and find whoever was throwing popcorn down.
Yeah, man. Yeah, I thought he was injured, but he ain't looking into that.
That injury went away real quick. Oh, you throwing popcorn, son? You throwing popcorn, B? What's up?
And then Trae Young got spat on, and I guess 50 Cent was there, and his girl was there, and she got hit with it too or something. Like, look.
It's like, I don't get this, man. Like, if you're a fan and you want to watch this game, I understand some fans are really passionate. You know what I mean? You're really passionate about your team. You want your squad to win. So you want to be there. You want to be a heckler. You want to talk shit to the other team. But man, get out there and appreciate the game, man. Don't sit there and try to, I want to be this guy. I want to start spitting on him. I hate you, Trae Young. He don't care if you hate him. Hate him.
Right.
Go ahead, continue to hate him from a distance. Boo him. Do all that stuff you want to. But when you start getting super involved into the game and start taking shit right at him,
right,
you can't be surprised about what happens next. Just go to the game, enjoy the game, man. I mean, yes, you're paying to be there. You're paying to enjoy the game, to watch the chemistry on the court, to look at the poetry in motion. You know what I mean? To watch these guys fight and battle. Right. A good game is all I would love to see. Like get me near the floor. Get me near the floor. I swear to God, I'll
Right.
be all
Yeah, I'll
right.
take them seats.
I'll take them seats. Look, if he has season tickets, look, NBA, I will take his season tickets for the
He
rest of
did.
the season.
He did,
ASAP.
and they're gone.
He's gone. He's banned indefinitely. Like he ain't coming back.
Right.
Yeah, however much money you spent, brother, I hope you enjoyed it.
Right.
I
Yeah. I
hope
hope that spit was worth it.
for real. You know what I mean? But we'll see, man. But hey, continuing on with these playoffs. So the 76ers are up on the Wizards right now. So clearly that I think that's gonna be a sweep. I think they were up 3-0. No, 2-0, 2-0, 2
Two
actually.
up.
Yeah, so this would be the third game. So I don't see the Wizards coming back on them. I don't see it happening. I think Russell Westbrook, yes, I give him trash for what he does on the court because I just don't believe he's a winner. But off the court, I respect Russell Westbrook. I do. I do. And respect the fact that he will stand up for himself no matter what I think about him. But he will stand up for himself. So it's gonna be disappointing to see them get knocked out of playoffs this soon. But next year is gonna be really interesting for them.
Yeah.
Really interesting for them. Because Bradley Beal wants to win. And clearly it's not happening right now.
No,
It's
not
not.
at all.
He traded John Wall, got Russell Westbrook, and it's like the same thing. That's pretty much all it is. It was the same thing. It's like a really flip-flop. That's all it was. So we'll
Yeah,
see what
pretty
happens with
much.
that, man. In the West. The CP3 can play a little more consistent. Yeah, he's injured, but if he can get a little more consistent, the Suns can make a run at the Lakers. I want the Lakers to lose. I want the Clippers to lose. I want new faces in the playoffs.
Right.
You know what I mean? Like,
Yeah.
even though KD and James Harden and Kyrie are all on the Nets have not been far in the playoffs for a while. So yes, I want the Nets to go far. I want the Mavericks to get in there. Last time we really seen the Mavericks actually be competitive in the playoffs, Dirk was still on the team. You know what I mean?
Right.
That was the last time. So I would like to see the Mavericks get back in there. I would like to see the Jazz get back in there, but I'm rooting for the Grizzlies. I'm rooting for the
Yeah.
Grizzlies. So I mean, I'm expecting chaos. I want chaos from the Lakers. I do. I want Devin Booker to go out there and drop 40 for the next few games.
It would make my year if the Lakers don't make it past the first round.
Hey, if the Lakers don't make it past the first round, I know they're gonna be watching. Hey, Mr. Cigar 11 Mac, MVP. I am with you talking countless amounts of shit to y'all. I guarantee it. But if the Nets get knocked out, don't y'all say nothing to me. All right. Period.
Yeah,
Period.
I don't see that happening though. But
so tell me this. So before we end it, looking at the rest of these series matchups, give me your winners. Just give me your winners right now.
First round?
First round. Give me your winners.
As much as I want the Phoenix, I'm pretty sure it's going to be the Lakers, the Jazz, the Mavs, and what's the last? Man, that Portland, I don't know. That's going to come down to Game 7, and I think it's going to be Portland. Then in the East, I think it's going to be the Nets. Bucks already swept. The Knicks and Hawks. I think the offense of the Hawks is going to outplay the tough defense. Unless, I don't know, the coach, McMillan, he's not very good in the playoffs, so I don't know. You know what? I'm going to go with the Knicks.
Julius Randle did go like 2 for 13 last game.
Hey, he's gotta come back to form at some point, right? Like, God dang.
At some point, but his next game is in Atlanta, so let's not forget that one either.
Yeah, we'll see. I'm going to go with and then the 76ers, and I think that's it. Yeah. But there's one thing I want to mention. With Trae Young and Ja Morant and all these young cats, I'm actually excited for the NBA. First time I've been in a while since MJ played. Like, it's just been the same stuff with LeBron. And look, LeBron's great. He's in my top 5 all time. But, man, I just want to see something new. With LaMelo in Charlotte, even though he's probably going to be gone as soon as that contract's up. Anthony Edwards, Ja Morant, all these young cats, I'm actually excited for the league again. So, and I'm glad a lot of them made them into the playoffs, even if they might not, even Luka Doncic. Like, I've never been excited for the future of the NBA in a long time. I
agree. The future of the NBA is in good hands. It's in really great hands. You know what I mean? Like you mentioned LaMelo. Let's not forget Anthony Edwards. Hopefully, something can happen well for him and get Minnesota back in the conversation for something. You know what I mean? So, yeah, it's in great hands. As far as the first round, This is how I see it coming out. Yes, Philly already won. Well, Philly didn't win. The Bucks already won. They already swept. So the Bucks are out.
Right.
Of course, I had Philly coming out of the East. Had the Nets as well. And then the other team, I'm going with the Hawks. I
Okay.
got to. Because, I mean, the Hawks have been playing. And
Yeah.
you're given a tougher matchup than anyone would have ever expected. And they're up 2-1. And the next game is in Atlanta. Now, that's the only reason why I'm giving it to them too. They were able to take one in New
Right.
York. And we both know that if you're able to take one in the opposing team's home court, it's a good chance you can win that series out.
Right.
They'll do that. So I'm gonna go with the Hawks on it. With the West, if Jamal Murray was still playing, I'll be going for the Nuggets. But he's not. You have to rely on Austin Rivers and all the other players. Austin Rivers did play well, so I'm not taking it from him.
Right.
But I'm gonna go with the Trailblazers on this one. CJ McCollum, Damian Lillard, they're gonna win it. As much as I want the Suns to take it, I agree with you there too. As much as I want the Suns to take it, if Chris Paul doesn't come out with a vengeance and actually plays like he knows he can play, they're gonna lose it. So I say the Lakers will win in 6. So that's what I got. Lakers in 6. And let's just go on to the next one. Utah Jazz and Grizzlies. It's one I'm scared to actually put something on there. But Rudy Gobert is a defense player of the year. So I would rely on his defense in clutch moments versus John Morant hitting shots in clutch moments. So I would have to take the Jazz on this one all because of that. So what that is, that's Lakers, Jazz, and then Trailblazers. So the last game, Clippers and Mavericks. The Clippers come back.
No.
The Clippers come back.
Ty Lue don't even know he's the coach, man.
He don't. Ty Lue can't coach. Just like Steve Nash can't coach.
Nope.
I gotta say that Steve Nash, he can't coach, man. Like it's like
he's just there.
How you get 19-4? That's what they were. They were on a 19-4 run to start their game out.
Right.
The Celtics came back and tied it up. I think either they tied it up or they got 1-point lead at the end of the first quarter. That's your fault. That's your fault. You need to coach the team.
Right.
Stop being out there. I got three all-stars out there. They can do it. What?
Look, Steve Nash never made it that far, so he don't really know what it takes. I mean, I'm sure he has an inkling, but he's never been in that situation. He never made it to the finals. Kobe always stopped him.
Yeah.
But yeah, Steve Nash is just there. I'm sure everything he's about to say starts with, I think we should.
Yeah. I do not see Steve Nash over there just drawing up plays. You know what I mean?
Right.
Brad Stevens is a hell of a coach. He's gonna lose in the first round, but he's a hell of a coach. He will draw up plays. You know what I mean? And the Celtics got away with a lot of stuff too. Marcus Smart began away with a lot of stuff. Like he got touched and tried to draw a charge. He literally got touched and fell backwards. Kind of shit.
Yeah. Look, NBA, they want the matchup, Lakers and Brooklyn, but I don't think they really want. Oh, we're just gonna put this 3 guys together and we're gonna show them we can win the ring our way with a random coaching. So
you want to know something? If the Lakers meet up with the Trailblazers, I'm going with the Trailblazers.
Man, it depends on which AD show up.
It depends on what Dame shows up.
Yeah, that's true.
I think that's gonna be the biggest factor. What Dame shows up, and do we get playoff Melo? You know what I mean?
I think we will against LeBron. I think we will. That'd be good, man.
That'd be great. I would love to see that. And LeBron's going down the line with his banana boat crew. You know what I mean? I would love to see that, man. That's a story you can't make up, man.
Yeah, there's a lot of great storylines in the NBA playoffs.
There's a lot of great storylines. You know what I mean? So we'll see what happens. The East is going to be interesting to watch in the next round. The second round is going to actually show who's going to be, making that push.
Right.
The first round for the West is showing who's going to be making the push. So right now, teams are being tested. Clippers being tested by the Mavericks. I think the Clippers have too much defense to actually lose out. I think they might go 7 games, but I think they have too much defense to lose out.
Yeah, they need to put Pat Bev on the bench. I think he's extremely done. At least don't let him guard Luka. he ain't got the motor anymore. I don't know why. Look, I know why Kawhi is not the one guarding Luka, because you can't do it on both ends. It's just too much asking him, because Luka be running around. But I think Pat Bev only played like less than 10 minutes last game. Like they realized.
Well, you know what? Max Kellerman said it, and I kind of agree with him. Because before they weren't playing Rondo that much. He was getting minutes, but they weren't playing him. And Rick Carlo was like, yeah, Rondo was over there calling out our plays. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
Like, you have to play Rondo. If there's one player I really trust in the playoffs, it's playoff Rondo. I trust him in the playoffs to lead a team. He's not really a scorer, but he will find people where they need to be put at. It's like he takes his game to another level in the playoffs.
Yeah, he absolutely does.
Yeah. If you look at him during the regular season, he's an okay player. You look at him during the playoffs, he's borderline all-star player.
Yeah, look, he gets that time to analyze each player. He comes up with a plan. Exactly. I could easily see him becoming the head coach when his playing career is over.
Most definitely.
Playoff Rondo is one of my favorite players I've ever seen in the playoffs.
Exactly.
When he was with Chicago that one season, I think they were the 8th seed and they were playing I forget who they playing, but they were beating the brakes off the team. And then Rondo got hurt and everything went down the toilet.
That was it. Rondo was a key member of that team. Playoff Rondo. I tell you what, playoff Rondo, especially in the playoffs, I remember when he played the Cavaliers when LeBron was still there. LeBron had one game where he just could not miss. I can't really say what series it was, but definitely one game where he just could not miss. His field goal percentage was really, really high. But he was going back and forth for scoring with Rajon Rondo.
Right.
Rajon Rondo was the one that was balling on the team.
Yeah, he could do that. And yeah, he's one of my favorite players of all time, but playoffs, it's definitely someone you can count on and you need to lean on, especially on a team like the Clippers, where there's obviously no set leader. Mm-hmm. Kawhi's he's not vulturous enough, and Paul George, I always get his name wrong.
Well, Kawhi's not a point forward. It's what he's been looking like he's having to play. You know what I mean? And he shouldn't have to do that. Let Kawhi go out there and be Kawhi. Let Rondo bring the ball up. Let Rondo orchestrate offense. But let Kawhi be Kawhi. That's it. And let Paul George try to figure his shit out. That's pretty much all you can do with Paul George. You gotta let him figure his shit out. Figure out his demons. But he's still a solid player. He just gotta figure out his stuff. He needs to know when to take a shot versus when to actually attack. You know what I mean?
Right.
He still hasn't figured that part out in the playoffs. Other than that, we'll see how they do. So that's what we have for the first round, man. We're exciting to watch. We're going to see all these games get closed out next week, hopefully. And we just go from there. I'm ready to see it. I'm ready for the chaos, like you say.
Bring on the chaos.
All right. So that's how we end this segment right here. And as we do at end of every episode, a bit off topic. What we got coming up?
Bit off topic, man. We don't know, and we do know what we got going on. We don't have any specific shows that we're watching right now in tandem to do reviews on, so we're just going all over. Last week we just had we'd asked the question, if Netflix gave us money, what kind of show would we make? Things like that. So we're kind of bringing everything in. It could be Star Wars related. They got a show out. Loki's got a show coming out on Disney Plus. There's new movies came out, and Mac gotten into anime now, so we're probably going to be talking about that more. So it's a bit off topic. It's just that it's off topic from what we've usually been on topic about on that show. So it's all over the place, but we're going to put something good together, and hopefully y'all continue to watch and enjoy it.
All right, hey, I'm with it. So we got a bunch of things coming up. Things are looking up for our podcast right here in our sidecast. We got a bit off topic, so everyone be on the lookout for everything we got coming up. Once again, the music that you see on the show is from my boy, Mr. KB on the track, YFG. So what you're going to see on us right now is his latest. Crazy. Love it. You know what I mean? The video edits are done by our boy, Scotty. Scotty, keep doing the work, man. That shit looks credible. And also, please follow us on Twitter, Instagram. We at Opinionated Faxx. Any followers in support, we love it. We love to have y'all. We enjoy y'all for watching. And so thank y'all again. This is Opinionated Faxx. We out.
KB on the motherfucking track.